Hi everyone, welcome to Carol Bakes. Today I'm going to make a strawberry rhubarb pie. So I'm going to make my pastry for you guys, show you how I make it, and then I'll do the berries later. But let's get started and do this pastry. So in my processor, I'm going to put in 2.5 cups of flour, 1.5 teaspoons of sugar, and a teaspoon of salt. It's all mixed in this bowl. Put it on. Just mix it around just so that it's mixed together. And then I'm going to add my butter and my lard. So I have chilled 1/2 cup of butter and 1/2 cup of Crisco vegetable shortening. So I'm going to cut it up in cubes, and then I'm going to put it in here and we're going to pulse it. Chilled butter and chilled shortening. 1/2 cup each. I'm not a fan of all butter shortening, pie crust, so I like the 1/2 and 1/2. Then I'm going to pulse it till it gets crumbly. Whoa. I'm just going to push the flour down. It's almost there. All right. Yeah, I think this is good. So I'm going to put it in my other bowl. I'm going to add some up to 5 tablespoons of cold water. Okay, I got it from my fridge. One, 2. feels too dry, you can add a little bit more water. I'm going to see how this is. Let's get my hands in here. Feels pretty good, I think. I'm going to dump this out onto here. I'm going to add a little bit more. Squish it together into a ball. Still feels a bit dry in the middle. All right. Don't want to work it too much. So I'm going to cut it in half. Trying to get it as even as I can. Set one aside. Okay, so now I'm going to get my rolling pin. Put this down on a floured surface. This is deep dish 9-inch. I'm going to put some flour on here too. It's going to go around the outside. It starts to split, just squish it back together. Go around evenly as you can. Now, I've covered up all my numbers, but I think this is that's probably good. All right, let's try and get this up. Whoops. If it starts to stick, that means I didn't put enough flour down. There. Put my pie plate here. Lift this up gingerly. Seems to be pretty good. I'm not an expert at pie crust, but I found this was a pretty good recipe to roll out. Get my knife and trim some off. If you need to patch it, you can use those bits. I'm just going to let it sit over the edge so that when I put the top on, I can attach it. And a good idea is to get some egg and water, and run it along the edge here, and then when you put your top on, it'll stick good together. And then someone else said, I read somewhere, put some egg wash on the bottom of your crust, and then when you put the berries in and bake it, the bottom doesn't get as soggy. So I thought, oh, I'm going to try that. That's a good idea. All right. Just going to put this aside here. And I'll come back and mix the berries. All right, I'm back. So in this bowl, I've got my frozen berries. I've got 3 cups of rhubarb and 3 cups of strawberries. All right. Now they're probably going to make juice, so in the pie, this is probably going to be a big pie. Most pies call for 2 cups of each, but I did 3, so. Okay, so I've got my, there. Egg and a bit of water. I'm going to rub it around. I'm going to spread it around on my edge of my pie plate and on my bottom, just slightly. I don't think you need it too much. That's the first time I've ever done this, so this is a good trick, hopefully. All right. Just gonna dump my berries in here. That's pretty good. It'll all shrink down. I used unsalted butter in my pie crust, but this is regular butter on top of the... Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Oh dear. Shoot. Silly me. I'm getting away from myself. I forgot the cornstarch. I'm supposed to mix the berries with the cornstarch. So let's see if I can get this back in here. This is 1/3 cup. This will thicken it. Silly me. Yeah, that's good. All right, let's dump this back in. And it fills it up nicely. I'll get some more butter in here. About a tablespoon to 1.5. I'm just guessing. There, I think that's probably good enough. Just dot it around. All right, so now we're going to put the top crust on. That's okay, it fit pretty good. It's a bit cracky on that side, I don't know why. All right, so now I'm going to stick it down to the edges because there was egg on that. And I'll just cut the edge off, cut the extra off. Just cut too much there. I'm going to get some water. Stick this to it. I cut too much off this one. So take my fingers and pinch it. Pinch it together. More water in, maybe 5.5 tablespoons might be better. Okay. So now I'm going to cut some slits in the top. just to let the air out. All right. Maybe take some egg wash, just put some here so that stays together a little bit around. I'll bake it and I'll show you what it's like when I'm done. All right, not bad. I don't make pie crust very often, so if this bakes up, I'll be happy. I'm sure it will. It'll be fine. I've made it before. All right, I'll show you at the end when it's done. All right, I just read the recipe, and it says after you mix your dough together into a ball, separate it in two, wrap it in cellophane and put it in the fridge for a couple hours. Well, I forgot to do that step, but you know what? I think it'll still bake fine. I'll do that with my next one. I'll put all the instructions in the description under the video. And it's going in the oven for 350 for probably up to 40 minutes. I'll let you know how long it was in there when I show you the pie. All right, it's ready to go in the oven. This is the second one. This one I baked already. Crust looks good. I'll show you the other one right at the end.